a right-wing columnist's suggestion that the upcoming election be held on a Muslim holy day to deter them from voting is unacceptable, Sajid Javid has said. Rod Liddle's article in the Spectator magazine also called a Labour MP who spoke out about breaking free of an abusive relationship as the sobbing and depressed Rosie. In an article headlined "If you do one thing this election, stop your kids voting," Mr. Liddle wrote, "My own choice of election date would be a day when universities are closed and Muslims are forbidden to do anything on pain of hell, or something." Image, Sajid Javid said, "No community should be put down in that way. There must be at least one day like that in the Muslim calendar, surely? That would deliver at least 40 seats to the Tories, I reckon." Mr. Javid, who has Muslim heritage, responded by saying, "Not clear if the Rod Liddle comment is supposed to be a joke, but it's not funny and not acceptable." Advertisement, "No community in our country should be put down that way." David Liddington, an outgoing Tory MP and former Deputy Prime Minister, said he was shocked the piece was published, criticizing the serious lapse of judgment. More from politics, he tweeted, "Mr. Liddle's foul comment isn't just some bad joke to be dismissed. What's he saying to British Muslims in our armed forces, police, NHS, schools, factories, etc., etc.?" Ms. Duffield said she found it highly disappointing to read that racist and misogynistic article. The Spectator editor, Fraser Nelson, wrote that the article was too easily misrepresented and should not have been published in the form that it was. Image, Rod Liddle claimed there was no hate speech in his piece, but he defended it as no more than a joke, writing that Mr. Liddle was satirizing the wrangle over the two election dates by making deliberately absurd suggestions. At The Spectator, we have writers who disagree passionately with each other. They often make jokes. In the same blog post, Mr. Liddle wrote that his words had been taken out of context. "There was no hate speech or Islamophobia whatsoever in my piece," he said. "It was a very light-hearted series of suggestions about when to hold an election, based upon the silly dispute over the proposed dates for the election. They were very obviously ludicrous suggestions, satirical in manner, about how to reduce the Labour vote by targeting groups which traditionally vote Labour and occasioned by the wrangling over whether the election should be on December 9th or 12th and the reasons for that wrangling. The snap election will go ahead on the 12th of December, and comes after